Oh my goodness, guys, I think it's actually happening. We might get our first ever signal of the Illuminate coming to the game. Listen, as you guys know, we've been paying close attention. We know there's a new faction coming, but have you guys seen these blue lights in the sky? I have personally not been able to see them, and it seems like a lot of people are reporting they're seeing not only the lights, but they're also hearing lasers type sounds that are coming while they're playing. Is Joel at it again? Is this our first sign of the Illuminate? Is this an Illuminate contract? Let me know, because I want to know from the community if you guys have been seeing this or if this is something common or uncommon. We need some information, fellas. So make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Helldivers, you need to do this like right now, guys. If you've been at work, if you haven't had a chance to play in the game, if you haven't had a chance to play the game for a week, months, I mean, the game hasn't been out for months, but if you haven't had a chance to do so, highly recommend you log in, because I don't know if this is a bug or it's intended, but as you guys know, a couple of days ago, we liberated a planet, and that planet awarded us 45 medals. Theoretically, the only people that are able to get the medals are the people who actually helped liberate the planet. But luckily for everybody that wasn't able to participate because they might have been at work or they were, weren't able to log into the game, you're actually going to give access to the 45 medals. So I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know if it's going to be for everyone. I just want you guys to make sure you get your 45 medals so you can spend that on some war bonds, because one of the hardest things to get in the game is medals. It requires a lot of grinding, and it's going to help you unlock some really good weapons. So get these 45 medals right now. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be talking about in today's video. There's going to be a lot of talk regarding weapon stats and a new way of actually knowing what weapon works and what weapon doesn't work. And we're also going to be talking about a little bit of toxicity that's been going on in the community and how that needs to be toned down. And we're also going to be talking about the Game Master. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So let's start off with the first thing, which is the weapon stats. So as you guys know, right now, currently in the game, when we look at a weapon, we only get 4 different stats. Now, the CEO actually addressed this, but he actually further addressed this a little bit later on. So he says, in regards to Helldivers 2 weapon stats, so many of you use the 4 stats we show as comparison, while each gun has maybe 50 stats in total. The numbers are guidelines, but does not paint the complete picture. Use the ones you like the most. So it's very interesting that he puts this, because it's telling us, you might be using a meta weapon that you feel is meta, but theoretically not meta. And he actually re-emphasizes this a little bit with the following comment. He says, this was an earlier version of it. It had its second page that showed the actual ammo stats, as ammunition is what defines most of the weapon stats. So knowing what weapon ammunition is the best one, it's going to be very detrimental and very factual for us to know, to be able to identify what actually is the best weapon currently right now in the game, because we might have it wrong. Now, in addition to that, he showed us a little screen of what the actual status page looked like. And I want us to take a little bit of time and see this, because it kind of gives us a little bit more insight to the weapons and what we might be using and might be using wrong. So first and foremost, the first column, we have damage, fire rate, capacity, recoil, and ergonomics. Now, we don't have this ergonomics tab within our current stats right now, so that has been replaced. Now, what I do want to pay attention to is the second tier slot that we have, which is this one, which shows us weapon stats. So we have reload time. It tells us that it's medium, fire modes, the different modes of weapons able to have, the magazine, and muzzle velocity, which is extremely important, so we know how fast these bullets actually travel through time. But the main thing I really love about this particular thing, and I wish it was in the game, and I want to know from you guys if you agree or disagree, is the recoil simulation. I think this is by far one of the most important things out of everything that we see here on this different stat sheet, is the fact that we're able to know when we shoot the gun, how many bullets actually hit before we actually miss a target, if we're actually shooting dead center. This is extremely important, because even though you might have a weapon that's really OP and it does a lot of damage, if the recoil is really bad, even though you shoot a lot, it doesn't mean all those bullets are going to be hitting. And if you have a weapon that maybe does not a lot of damage, but it's actually dead center, and it keeps the keeps the cone of bullets within the center of the enemy, it might be a viable and better weapon. So I really hope and wish they actually bring this back and implement it into the game, because me personally, I'm a big numbers guy, and I want to know exactly what my weapon is doing. I want to be able to see it via numbers. But that's just me personally. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys feel like, they should bring these stats back? And do you think, even though the menu might be a little bit cluttered, would you guys like to know a little bit more information on what your weapon is doing? Let me know in the comment section. All right, so now we got to talk about a more serious type of topic, and this is the toxicity that has been happening in Helldivers. I hate to address this, but it seems like it's coming up, and the CEO actually addressed this a couple days ago. He says, this help new players. Show them the ropes, fight together, don't be a fascist, okay? And he put a little kind of like meme thing here. He put, who invited this level 3 Helldiver to our squad? Me, just trying my best for democracy. So basically what he's saying, guys, invite other people who are new to the game, show them how to play, and don't worry about carrying them because we're all doing this for democracy. Now, with that being said, he says something else in the bottom. He says, give the new player a shield backpack and a railgun. You can do this without it if you are a true Helldiver. So basically, guys, for those of you who don't know, even though you guys already have a shield, even though you already have a railgun, you can literally call down another shield, another, railgun, and actually share that with the person that you're kind of carrying or helping out. I hate using the word carrying, but the under-level person who is probably new to the game and they're just trying to get missions done, they're trying to get medals, and just help them out. Stop being toxic and kicking people out. But my question for you guys, have any of you ever gotten kicked out because you're under-level or you're not running the meta in Helldivers? If you have been, I want to know, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, because I don't know how many people are getting kicked out, who's not getting kicked out. I mostly play solo, so it's kind of, I don't go through this whole, getting kicked out or not getting kicked out. But I do want to know from you guys if you guys feel like you guys are getting kicked out because you're under-leveled or you're not using the right weapons. And have you guys experienced any of this toxicity? And if you have, where is it? Is it on a PlayStation or an Xbox crossplay? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, now to talk about the Game Master. As you guys know, we made a video about the Game Master. There was a big blog post about the Game Master, and a lot of people have been kind of like speculating, what is the big role he plays? So the CEO actually had to come and address this as well. He says, as follow-up to the Game Master ability, a majority of the role is to choose which major order takes place, what daily is active, and decide where the enemies attack. The war fought and liberation of planets, that's all you. That's been one of the issues a lot of people have been asking, if he controls that. He said, we can also reinforce planets if needed and give temporary equipment to the entire community. The other stuff we haven't revealed yet. So one thing I want to know, and a lot of people are speculating, is are these tanks or cars, are these bots or, robots, are they actually being dropped by Joel? Is Joel actually giving us reinforcement and the community is actually just finding and stumbling upon it? And I feel like that is such a cool thing. Because, like if there's new items that just randomly drop and you're like, oh, what is that? And then you go at it and it's like a brand new backpack, a brand new gun you never seen before. And the community shares that and we go crazy, we go wild. I think that's such a really cool way to not only to play test, but have reinforcements appear out of anywhere. Now, one thing to note here, guys, is we might have been shooting ourselves in the foot because we liberated the planet way too fast. It was supposed to be liberated within 24 hours. We liberated it in 5 hours. And then there was another planet that showed up that we needed to liberate. We liberated that one as well. And now we have to wait 5 days for another liberation to get a really good amount of tokens. Now, the thing here is, are we doing it too fast that where Joel's going to be like, you know what, they're doing this too fast. We need to ump the antes here and just make it a little bit harder because we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot either. So I it's kind of crazy. Joel's job is actually pretty dope, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job. Now, guys, talking about the Illuminate, if you guys want to know a little bit more about it, check out this video that's popping up right now on the screen so you guys can get more insight, more information. I will have more stuff regarding the Illuminate very soon. So make sure you guys keep it locked on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.